Elevator man comes in today to fix the elevator. He fixes the elevator. I get on a minute ago. Guess what? I'm stuck in the elevator. It's not moving. Talk about having a effed up day. Man. Well, the fire department just got here. This is ridiculous. Shazbot. Mutant Gator. Damn it, man. I hate the rain.
Turned out to be an Atlanta cop Dale had investigated years earlier. They got along. And Dale got home alive.
But you're right on the curve. Maybe a tiny bit to the left.
In fact, it was not unusual for someone Dale investigated early in his career to become a source for future stories. They trusted him, they said, because he had treated them with fairness and respect. Mindy Larkham, Dale's longtime producer, is also retiring after nearly 30 years. She produced 2 Peabody Award-winning investigations. One of them she shares with Dale.
There's no telling how many times the subject of an investigation reached out after a story aired and said, well, at least you were fair. We felt like it meant we had struck the right balance. You can be tough and still show people respect.
Dale was as old school as they come. His favorite type of investigation involved spending hours digging through piles of documents, finding that one nugget in an email or memo that would peel back the facade and help him reveal the truth.
Tonight, we'll show you the evidence.
As it would turn out, one of Dale's final big projects at Fox 5 revisited the story that started it all. An hour-long, compelling look at the evidence the jury saw that led them to convict Wayne Williams, Dale's opus to a truly remarkable career.
You have to spend time to dig deeper, and that's what the I-Team does.
That's what Dale has done. For us. For you.
Anywhere else in Buckhead, other than that Lenox Square area, you'll be getting these new patrols. Now, crime overall in the city, they've made some headway when it comes to crimes against persons, down 25%. But property crimes, especially car crimes, continue to be a big headache. The Buckhead Safety Alliance Group has raised nearly $500,000 for these dedicated off-duty police officers who will be patrolling particularly the retail corridors, the areas where you gas up at the stations and they've been hit by sliders. At today's announcement, Police Chief Darren Shearbaum joined the citizens.
There is always 2 things present. There is a strong community partnership that is play. And then there are dedicated men and women of the Atlanta Police Department that are on patrol protecting that neighborhood. And today, when we roll out this safety patrol, and thank you, Buckhead Safety Alliance, for being the initiative behind this, those 2 things are present today.
And so what these officers are going to have, again, they'll be off duty, but they will be paid as an extra duty job in police cars that were donated by the Atlanta Police Foundation. So what's going to happen is when they're patrolling the areas where you shop, where you gas up, it's hoped that it will cut down on certain things like car crimes just by having the presence there. And again, in the Buckhead area, the extra patrols will be pretty much anywhere except for the Lenox Square area, which already has them. Reporting live from Buckhead, I'm Morris Diggs, Fox 5 News.
Okay, Morris, thanks for staying on top of that. New at noon, Commerce Police have made an arrest in the killing of a well-known 72-year-old man. Calvin Varnum was gunned down yesterday morning outside of the Hardee's restaurant. Xavier Clark now faces theft by taking and murder charges. Members of the community spent Sunday evening waving at passing cars in memoriam of this man.
He was love, and I see everybody. He was love.
You see us come together as a community and the love. You never know who you touch with just a wave and a smile. We all need a smile. What a smile will do for anybody.
Skaterama's Cameron Boswell set a fund for a reward, and that's to offset Varnum's funeral and memorial service costs. At last check, the fund had already reached over $12,000. A man is in the hospital after a shooting in Fayetteville. Fayetteville police say he was shot overnight on Verncliff in a neighborhood down the road from Bennett's Mill Middle School. The victim was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital. Right now, there's no word on a suspect or suspects. In Atlanta, police are investigating after a woman was found shot. This happened yesterday afternoon. Police were called to Hardwick Street just before 2 p.m. and found a woman who'd been shot. She was taken to the hospital, but it's not clear how she's doing at this hour. No word yet on a possible suspect or motive in that shooting. Investigators for an inmate's family have just released what they call their independent autopsy about his death. LaShawn Thompson had been held at the Fulton County Jail on a misdemeanor battery charge since June 2022. He remained in jail after he couldn't pay his $2,500 bail. The 35-year-old suffered from schizophrenia and was later transferred to a psychiatric wing. Then in September, jailers found Thompson's body in a dirty jail cell covered in insects. A late morning news conference revealed the Thompson family's attorney said their independent autopsy proves he died as a result of what they call deplorable conditions and severe negligence. We'll have more on this news conference when you join us for Fox 5 News at 4 o'clock.
Of Peachtree Street at the intersection of 10th Street is still closed off tonight. We're told engineers as well as crane experts have been on scene here making sure everything is stable. Now, those 4 construction workers who were injured were told they were taken to the hospital with minor injuries and are expected to be okay. But businesses in some nearby buildings did have to close tonight for safety. Around 2:30 Monday afternoon, officials say a counterbalance fell from a crane 28 stories in the air onto a building under construction below.
I was working and then I heard a big crash and the building started shaking.
The impact sent debris flying, shattering some windows of nearby apartments.
And then when I spoke with the fireman and he said, yeah, you guys should kind of get out. I was like, okay, everybody, let's go home.
Nagamia was one of several restaurants in the 10 Zone West building forced to evacuate.
Safety over everything else, so I just wanted to get all the employees out of there and make sure that I also contacted all of our customers to apologize for the inconvenience.
10 Zone West residents were evacuated too, but were allowed back inside just before 7 p.m.
These fell off the crane and hit the structure, which did cause some structural stability issues. So there's questioned stability of 2 floors of the structure and the failure of the crane and it being unbalanced at this time.
This is the second incident involving a construction crane in Midtown in recent years. An unstable crane shut down the same street in February 2021.
Anything you do in nature with heavy weight's dangerous, but there are a lot of safety factors that are put in place. Like I said, I don't know. I can't speak on why or how this happened, as well as the one previous. Everything's engineered and designed to operate within safety parameters. So until the investigation comes out, we won't know for sure.
Now, officials did say they do expect to be on scene here into the early morning hours. A restaurant manager I spoke to tells me she hopes they'll be back open tomorrow. For now, live in Midtown, Kim Leffler, Fox 5 News.
That definitely sounds like scary moments for people in that area. Kim, thanks. As mentioned, today's incident reminded many of the unstable crane that forced evacuations in Midtown in February of 2021. The disabled construction crane dangled dangerously in midair over the intersection of West Peachtree and 14th Street. That incident shut down parts of the busy Midtown area for days and forced several business and residential buildings to evacuate while crews worked to stabilize the crane. It took over a week for crews to dismantle it. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the process.
Do about it.
A car skidded off the road, then slammed into this house. Fox 5 has video of the moment it happened. The homeowner tells us it's the 3rd time a car has slammed onto or near her property. Watch as this car hydroplanes off Johnson Road and plows right into this home.
Ran through my neighbor's yard, took out my hedge, and crashed into the side of my house.
Elizabeth Cahey's 11-year-old son was sitting in a room on the first floor last Tuesday watching the frightening scene.
He said, Mom, a car just ran into our house.
Katie struggled to process what was happening.
I was like, what?
Police confirmed the slick road was a factor.
It's terrifying.
And check out this wreck from 2022. A driver lost control and crashed into a utility pole next to Katie's home.
And there's a curve right behind me that's very dangerous, especially when it is raining.
And in 2021, a car flipped off the road into this tree that used to be on Katie's property.
People tend to go way too fast.
Neighbors complain drivers fly down this bend, often with little regard for how fast they're going.
We've had accidents, one after another.
Melanie Morris lives nearby. Her daughter saw the car that launched into the tree.
It was about 6 or 7 foot into the tree. Defies physics.
She fears for the safety of her kids.
It's just treacherous.
Neighbors want the city to install something to slow down driving.
We can do a little roundabout here.
I would like to see stop signs.
This road is in Councilmember Alex Wan's district. We called his office. We are waiting for an answer.
We said that we want to bring back legal certainty, clarity with this decision. I think this is also why we have taken the time necessary to negotiate it and to prepare it.
At the heart of the dispute, the cultural clash between the US and EU over how personal user data is handled. Europe has strict laws governing online privacy. It claims big tech exploits a loophole in those laws by shipping data from its European users across the Atlantic. Now, both Amazon and Meta have been ordered to stop doing that, though it's unclear if today's announcement will have a major impact. Meta is vowing to appeal the fine, and it's now in the process of asking courts to put the decision on hold. But the EU claims this is a big step forward and sets a standard of conduct for the future.
The safeguards that we have negotiated with the United States address the issues that were specifically identified by the Court of Justice.
Meta had previously warned that its services for European users could be cut off if a deal with regulators isn't reached. In Milan, Amy Kellogg, Fox News.
If you know anybody that was in Fulton County Jail recently and have just gotten out, they had bed bugs. You got one bed bug, everybody's got them. I don't know why Joe Biden thinks he's got a chance to get reelected after all this crap that he started. As soon as he canceled all the American energy program, he started the inflation. That's what started it. Everything went up and up and up. He blamed it on Putin. That was a lie. Putin had nothing to do with it. It was all Joe Biden. And everything's costing more for people. It's the border problem. Okay? We got people in this country right now who need things. They're living on the streets. People with mental health issues. But yet, the federal government is taking your tax dollars and paying for all these illegal immigrants. Transportation, communication, everything that American taxpayers are paying. But they don't want to finish the wall. They don't think that's necessary. Just look at all the fentanyl deaths. See, they'll send a bunch of folks across the border while at point A, all them people coming across the border. That ties up all the border, all the border patrol folks, and law enforcement. everybody that's there is in one spot. Where there's these 1,000 or more of them will come across the damn border. Then, point A over here, they're coming across the border with, I don't know, terrorists, hauling fentanyl across the border. There's all kinds of crimes happening. I mean, these people being forced to work to pay off the coyotes. That's what they've been called in the past, the coyotes. They would bring you all across the border, get you across the border, and cut you loose. But yet, you gotta go out there. Actually, it's kind of slave labor. They're indentured to the cartels that got them here. And this is all some dirty shit that's going on in this world. Everywhere it's happening. And this has got to stop. All these folks coming in this country and costing taxpayers so damn much money. We got our own to take care of. And they're not getting taken care of. So, talk about that one.
In Spain, a soccer game ended deadly Saturday night when many were trampled by a stampede of angry fans. El Salvador National Police say around 400 to 500 people were gathered at the entrance to the stadium, upset after being blocked from entering the match despite having tickets. The fans pushed through a small gate, causing major overcrowding, killing at least 12 people and injuring
idiots.
more. Play was suspended just 16 minutes into the match. The National Civil
I call them shandals. Oh, they're so comfortable. It's like walking on a waft. I understand the struggles facing parents today because I myself am a cat dad. I want to position America for success. I want to help our dairy farmers with my Build Back Butter plan, while triggering for vegans. It recognizes the importance of the Electoral College. I want to incentivize America's blossoming pronoun industry. If you tickle me, my pronouns are he. I believe everyone who doesn't look like me is beautiful. And that everyone who doesn't think like me is hateful. I'm just your average, overeducated, self-loathing opinioncrat. Together, we will create America's largest system of gender-neutral bike lanes. Free quinoa-flavored condoms for children of all ages. They're made from beeswax, so they're rigid and you can't feel much, like Mitch McConnell. What do I believe? I believe gender is a myth. I believe that disciplining children is assault. And I believe, more than anything, that the government knows how to run your life better than you. I'm Bernie Spitzer, and if you don't vote for me, you're obviously racist.
Do dogs feel shame? Well, there's little doubt that dogs are capable of feeling primary emotions